I cut them long, I cut them fat, I keep them coming back. A new day dawns, the 20th century, with hopes of freedom, happiness, and peace.
Does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family.
Really? Things. You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to,
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in our family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not. Or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back.
Anyway, so you witnessed the sacrifice?
Right. When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
And the purpose of sacrifice is to what? Is to bring you what? What do you sacrifice it for?
For power.
Power.
Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bakaha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to those for elect, preaching His word in truth and sincerity, to you ribs, and to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order. I say to you all, Shalom. Right, as you see in the video description, in case you're driving or whatever you can't read, it says year 1933, circa about 100,000 JOOSs worship Molech, their true God. Right, and in there you see they're throwing in a a kid, a seed, right, whether it be a real seed or a fake seed. This is symbolism, right? And we know that this is their true God, right? They're operating under the spiritual demon Satan, and this JOOS woman here confirms what these people do. I bet you there was no repercussion for this lady or nothing, because they know it's true. There was a supposed rabbi called Finkelstein. Look him up, but he talked about McDonald's having people meat inside. These are the people that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai wanted us to exterminate in the Bible, known as Amalek.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Right, and if these people were the true biblical people of the scriptures, right, they would be following what the scriptures say pertaining to Torah and the first 5 books, Here we have in Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 1, and it says, "And Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai spoke unto Moses, saying, Again thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death, and the people of the land shall stone him with stones." Verse 3, "And I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people, because he has given of his seed unto Molech to defile my sanctuary and to profane my holy name. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from the man when he giveth off his seed unto Molech, and kill him not," right? This is if you don't punish that man, right? "Then I will set my face against that man," right? So you're guilty, right, of not rebuking this person, right? You're basically an accomplice. It says, "And against his family I will cut him off, and all that go a whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people." Right? And that lady was talking about how they would sacrifice for power, money, right? We see this going on in the E-files right now, especially with Hillary Clinton, right? Her she's implicated in this. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You don't have to, because it gets wild. Right? Verse 6 talks about, "And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people." Right? These are all tied. This is what they use the Molech sacrifice for enchantments and things of that nature. This is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 2. "Thus said Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai of hosts," and that word host goes into armies, "I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt." Verse 3, "Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass." Right? And, Saul didn't do it. Saul did not kill every single one. He kept some, and it was looked at in a negative way, man. So, but this was supposed to happen because, prophecies pertaining him had to come to pass, and for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to be the executioner, so to speak, of these people. Right? This is verse 15. "And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed." Right? So he kept some. So, that was a big issue. right? So the people are in an uproar, right, over the e-files, and it was exposed that they were worshiping Baal, right? And there was the Russian and I think France was the two ones that did everything unredacted. It is wild, and Trump is on his way out, man. But that's a whole different story, man. But I just wanted to bring out, proof that this is the God, man. What we've been saying, right? The apostles, the others and apostles of GMS on down have been bringing this out since the beginning, right? But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say on that. I want to pray. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem Shai. Right? I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to all for elect, preaching his word and truth, sincerity. To you, brave, to you sisters out there, learning in silence and staying in order. I say to you all, Shalom.